Okay, I'm making this video to show the disassembly of a CETME rifle. This is a 308. I believe a G3 is the same. Never handled a G3, so don't quote me on that. But any gun, make sure the safety's on. Pull back the charging handle. Look, make sure no ammo in the chamber or magazine. Remove the magazine. Bolt go forward, otherwise you'll have a lot of spring pressure pushing back against the buttstock here, and it will fly off as soon as you pull the pins out. It can also make it difficult to remove the pins. You'll see there's these two pins here that hold the buttstock onto the rear of the receiver. Mine actually has an eye hook here for a sling. I believe it's from an FAL. Standard rifle should have two pins. So I'm going to this actually unscrews with the nut on one side. Now, the second pin can be pretty hard to get out usually, so what I do is take the first pin and push on it. Now you'll see these two holes in the rear of the stock will actually hold these pins so you don't lose them. That's what they're actually made for. Now, this should pull away from the receiver. Next is the trigger group. This can be sometimes difficult to remove on some rifles. Mine happens to be one of them, so I usually give it a good hit like that, and it comes off. It's getting easier to come off the more I take it apart. Now you want to pull the charging handle back, bring the bolt back, and it actually slid it all the way out. This is the bolt carrier with the bolt. There's these two locking rollers here. They lock into the trunnion, I believe it's called. This is part of the delayed roller blowback design. Whatever you do, unless you actually have to take this apart, do not push back on this bolt. Otherwise it will lock into place, forcing these rollers out, and you can't get it back into the gun until you pull it back out. And if you do that, there's this little locking lever here. You push down on this part, it will allow it to unlock, and you can bring the bolt head forward again, allowing you to install it in the gun. There's other videos on YouTube of how to check the gap on this part and what all these parts mean and how the wear will affect the gap and stuff like that. Basically, to reassemble the rifle, slide the bolt carrier back in place. I usually tilt it up like that. Next is the trigger group. Mine's a little difficult. Gotta get it just right. I want to make sure it's slid far enough forward. This hole is clear for the pins. Take your pins. Damn it. I'm not a lefty, so this is a bit difficult for me for some reason. Oh, that makes me feel like a jackass. I was spinning it the wrong way. So, that concludes the disassembly and reassembly of your CETME rifle. hope that helps you figure it out, because I didn't see any videos on YouTube and I kind of had to look at different pictures and stuff. So there you go.